Welcome back, everybody. This is the Brandon Ivey Show, coming back to you with another tip of the day. And the tip of the day is motivation. And the reason why I'm choosing this topic today is because I got a phone call from one of the members on our team, and they asked me, I understand what the opportunity has to offer. I know that I have to do work to do it, but I'm just not motivated. They said, Brandon, what motivates you? What motivates you to keep going when you don't feel like it anymore? And that is a tough, well, not a tough question, but it's a confusing question to me. And I say that because I can't relate. I can't relate to not being motivated. And it's hard for me to understand how somebody cannot be motivated. So, to answer this question, it's not my job to motivate you. It's not my job to tell you what should be motivating you. And even, I always hear this saying in trainings when somebody says, think about what makes you cry, and that should be your motivation. That's not good enough. Even though I like the emotion and the feeling that will bring. But the easiest way to understand it, and even this one you can't use when you say, well, what motivates you to go to work? What motivates you to get up in the morning? That doesn't work either. The reason, because you're not motivated to get up, it's a habit. It's what you've been trained to do subconsciously since elementary school. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't have to be motivated. You just do it because it's like genetically almost cloned into you. So it doesn't take a lot of effort and energy for most people to get up on Monday morning to go to a job that they don't like, because that's all they know. So there's no motivation there. So let me tell you what motivates me partially. The real things that really motivate me are private. But let me tell you what's good enough that motivates me. Being on a job, I perceive a job as a plantation, and my boss as a slave owner. And then to know that my boss is also a slave and has a slave owner above them. And then they have a boss that's a slave owner on them. So even if I stayed on that plantation and worked hard to get promoted, to have my boss's job, I would still be a slave, because I would have to answer to somebody. Unless you become the CEO, and even then you still have to answer to the board of directors who can fire you. You have to own the company. So my goal was freedom. Freedom. Free to do whatever I like, with no restrictions on me. Whenever I feel like doing something, I can do it. Freedom. Because you're not free if you're on a job. I know exactly where you're going to be at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's a fact. It doesn't matter what you did last night. You're going to be on your job tomorrow morning. The only time I really can't track you is after 5 p.m. Friday night through Sunday. But I know no matter where you go, what you do between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you will be at your cubicle Monday morning at 9 a.m. So I'm not worried about those last 3 days, because you're not going to go very far. Freedom is where Monday is a Friday, Tuesday is a Friday, Wednesday is a Friday, and Thursday, every day of the week is a Friday to you. Especially in our business, I can do this business from anywhere on the planet as long as I have internet access and a cell phone. Doesn't matter where I am. So I wanted freedom. So sitting on that job every single day, saying to myself, is this how the rest of my life is going to be? Where was I 5 years from now? If I keep doing what I'm doing right now, this is exactly where I'm going to be 5 years from now, from later. Except I'm 5 years older and I'm in more debt. And I have more responsibilities. But what, a 2% raise a year if you're lucky? And most people, their freedom is retirement. They live their entire life, working their entire life to prepare for retirement, when most people die 2 years after they walk off their job. Most people die within 2 years of retirement. So you're basically working yourself into the grave. What are you retiring for? What are you going to be able to do at 65? You're not going to be able to do what you were doing at 35. Isn't it better to retire at 35 than 65? The best years of your life you gave to a job. How about giving the best years of your life to yourself? So every day on my job, I worked my business because it was another step towards freedom. Somebody asked me, how many hours should I put in my business? What? What do you mean, how many hours? It's not a job. It's when the job gets done. See, if you ever want to know the difference between somebody who has a broke mentality and somebody who is striving for freedom, financial independence, just listen to the questions that they ask. Here's one thing that they'll say: I don't have enough time to do the business. Broke. Here's something else they'll say: how many hours do I need to put into this thing? Broke. Here's another thing that they say: how much does it cost? Broke. You mean I have to pay $100 a month? Broke. I didn't make any money the last 2 months, so I'm going to quit. Broke. I spend little time with those people. They have the wrong mindset. They're broke mentality. And they have no motivation. And chances are they're looking for a handout or for somebody to take care of them. That is not me. I want freedom, and I don't care what the price is. I don't care what the cost is. I don't care what I have to do. I will do it so that I can have freedom. That's the mindset you want to have if you want to be motivated. I don't care who says no. I don't care who likes me. I don't care who doesn't like me. I don't care about anybody's opinion. I don't care if I have to be up at 2 a.m. to get it done. I don't care if the Lakers are playing basketball on TV. It's when the job gets done. That's what motivates me. Freedom. I have two choices. I can either be free or I can be a slave. Which one do you choose? See, in this aspect, not only can you choose, but you can make it happen. So if you want to be a slave, then yeah, you care about how much money it costs, how much it costs you to be in business, how many hours does it take to do your business. Well, you mean I have to get on another presentation? I was on it last week. Why do I have to get on another one? You mean I got to go to more than one training? I don't want to do that. I want to sleep in Saturday morning. Stay a slave. You're not hurting me. You're hurting yourself. Motivation. Find out what motivates you to do it. You ever would notice how people who live on a fixed income and all of a sudden a concert is coming out and they figure out a way to pay for it, or some brand new $400 jeans come out, or some new shoes or a purse comes out, yet the woman who's broke figures out how to way to get it? She's motivated. Find what motivates you. Freedom doesn't motivate you, then there's nothing I can do for you. I only work with those people who are already motivated. With that, that is the tip of the day. This is the Brandon Ivey Show. Remember to live one dream at a time. Bye-bye.